Hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day in the US. I don't know if it is in other places. Apparently we can also watch the stream and get a free month of Realms. I always forget Realms exists, even though it's technically how I started playing PC. Anyways, let's minimize that. That was my Spotify that was open. And we can get rolling. There's going to be a quick ad break at the start here. And then we will be ad free for a bit. And we'll get started. So I'll probably get started during the ad break. But gist of it is, back in the Nether, I want to work on the floor area, I think, today. I need to switch the screen as well. So we'll start doing stuff for that. Oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot my day counter. That I do need. Up to 3562. Beautiful. And I can turn on the shaders. Maybe. There we go. I don't know why we're standing on top of here. I think maybe I repaired the might have been last time when I repaired the iron golem, I think. Sounds about right. I believe in the last one, I don't remember which wall we were working on. But I do plan on working, I think, in this area today. Shouldn't have too many drops. I might actually finish this section first, so we have to worry about magma cubes dropping down on us. But I do want to dig down, I think, today. Do some of that digging today. Do a little, essentially work on a little trench around the area. This should be good. And you're gone. Alright, cool. So we can dig this out. Work on a wall, probably. And then we'll start on some of the trenches again. I should really look back at how long ago we first started working on this perimeter. I feel like it was quite a long time ago now. There we go. And grab that. How far down do we need to go? A decent ways down. Like I said, we'll do this first. This whole section, because I don't want magma cubes dropping down on us. And then we'll dig down to bedrock. I really enjoy the bedrock side of things. I don't know how long we will do that for today. We'll do a chunk at a time, so maybe we'll do a couple of chunks. We'll see how that goes. If it's going by kind of quickly, we'll continue that. If it's not, then we might switch to something else. Do a little bit here and there. Yeah, for now. Do I even need this? Oh, I probably do need it. So I can see. Yo, hopefully everyone's doing well. I'm doing well. Nothing too major. For some reason I still have to clear my throat. Hey, Sonic Stan. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing good. I still have a bit of a little bit of a sniffly nose and a little bit of a, not really a cough, a little bit of congestion, but it's weird. I don't feel sick. Like it's just remnants of being sick. forget who I was selling this to, but I think since we moved into this house a year ago, I think this is the first time I've been sick. So let's go this way. Work on the wall over here. I appreciate it. I can't imagine it'll stick around for too long. Cause like I said, I don't feel sick. I don't have any other like symptoms or anything. Not feeling bad. Whoop. I'm just having to clear my throat more often than not. Or more often than I would expect to. Uh-oh. This to go here. Struggling with neck pain all week. Got myself a hot and cold pack yesterday, which seems to be helping, and tons of painkillers. Ooh, I'm sorry. That's rough. Did you do something to aggravate it, or do you think it's just... My immediate thought goes to the weather, but you know, I don't know how much if the weather affects you. I can't explain something. I'm like, well, must be the weather. Blame reading. I've started to make a lot more time for it. My neck isn't used to looking down so much. Yeah, that might do it. I get that with my phone. If I'm on my phone too much, my body says, "Ha, nope. You're not allowed to do that." There we go. Take a break from Minecraft, which is where a lot of the reading time has come from. Nice. What kinds of stuff have you been reading? It's something I don't do a whole lot of, for better or for worse. I used to read a lot as a kid. But as I got older, you know, not old, but older, a lot of that reading time got replaced with video games. And then now it just gets replaced with, like, weirdly, physical activity, I guess, but it's like unintentional physical activity, you know? It's like moving around and doing things, not necessarily like structured, like I'm trying to exercise kind of physical activity. Like yesterday I spent 2.5 hours outside mowing. Then I spent some time weeding, and then I spent some time cutting down an unintentional tree that was just like growing in our backyard that I did not like. It started growing last year, and I just like don't want it to grow, so I ended up cutting it down. Any science fiction? I've been struggling with Kim Stanley Robinson's Blue Mars. With Kim Stanley Robinson's Blue Mars over the past few months. It's not as interesting as the earlier 2 books. I've learned to speed read to get past the boring bits. Fair. To read something, it's like, I don't really care. 2 times it. Fortunately, it's not a video, so you can't literally, 2x it, but you can mentally 2x it. I do that with TV shows a lot. Though I haven't as much recently because I haven't been watching as much on my own, but for a while there I would, like if I'd get to a part that I didn't really care for, I would just kind of skip through it. I do that with, I do actually do that with YouTube videos a little bit now. I get to a part that I don't really care about and I just skip ahead to something that's more interesting. The problem with like either physically or mentally like skipping ahead is like you could potentially miss something interesting. It's buried in between all the things you don't care about. It's not a major problem, it's just a minor one. I had to mute there real quick to clear my throat. A lot of third volumes, people writing a constitution for Mars, lots of arguments and stuff. I'm sure I read Blue Mars before and didn't struggle with it, but this time around I'm finding these bits difficult going. Bought a book of Lester Del Rey's short stories a month ago and want to get Blue Mars out of the way so I can start on those. Ooh, short stories. I do like me some short stories. Classic era sci-fi is nice as well, yep. Did I make a hole? I did. Look at me being smart unintentionally. Sometimes I'm smart. Most of the time I'm not. A couple weekends ago when I was sick, I think I mentioned previously that I was watching a whole bunch of movies and stuff. The one that probably surprised me the most that I liked was Dune, though. It was a very interesting set of movies. Because I got caught up on DC Comics stuff, I got caught up on Star Wars, I got caught up on, I mean, not like all, like, I say caught up, like, a lot of the stuff was released years and years and years and years ago, and I just never watched it. I got caught up on, and I got caught up on Dune was one of them. Kind of that sci-fi realm. Mojang's 26.x updates broke my villager breeder. I decided I couldn't be bothered fixing all the villager breeders around my forever world, so I just archived it and decided to do other things. Fair. That's me with the gold farm in this world. It's like, it broke some time ago. Eh. One day I'll fix it. That day is not today, though. Breaking changes to deal with at work. Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't miss that. my old workplace, we would consistently, like, at least twice a week have our... They did nightly builds for a lot of stuff. A lot of more modern software development is not necessarily nightly builds, right? It's like on change. You know, you submit or you merge your your code and it runs all the checks then. But that place had a nightly build because it was a pretty old code base. Didn't have all the modern CI/CD stuff. And pretty consistently, you know, once or twice a week, something about that build system would break. Whether it was someone put a change in that broke things, or if it was literally the build system itself broke. The stuff I work on now is all like brand new development stuff. Even like our build systems are all brand new things, and do a lot more of like the on merge kind of checks for things. So part of the code review and merge stuff. So I don't have to worry about that really anymore, thankfully. But I do remember what that was like. Part of it is, you know, there's supposed to be one of the things about automated testing is it's supposed to help with that, right? It's supposed to catch these issues before they are actual problems. But if you don't implement automated testing, or if you do, it's not good, you know, which was the case for me. Then, you know, I say it wasn't good. Like, they maybe had like 5% of all of the code was tested automatically. Like, they did not have a very good infrastructure for it. So automating a lot of that stuff as much as possible helps a lot. Though not everyone sees the benefit in it. I do understand that. I mean, I've had to have these arguments with people before of like, people don't really understand why. And the kind of the enterprise level stuff that I do, you know, there's only so much arguing I can do before I'm overruled. I work with PHP, enough said. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, at this point I'm pretty much just a C++ developer, so there's a lot of robust testing, and particularly I do modern C++, which, depending on who you ask, is different. Like, some people say C++ 11 is considered modern. I don't know if I'd really consider that to be modern C++, though I do get historically it is considered modern. But we mostly work in CPP 17, C++ 17. Just their 2017 released iteration of the language and the libraries and all the stuff that come with it. So, though we wanted to use C++ 20, we just don't have the support for it yet. So I like C, it's been around since 1972, and only in the last few years has it started putting warnings against bad habits, and most compilers will still let you compile the old code if you insist. Yeah, C, I mean, it's the debate we always have, and it's also why people still like C++. Even though C++ has obviously more like features than C does, it's close enough to C to give you, the biggest thing is customizability and just like freedom over what you do. There's good and bad to that. Like, you know, you give people too much freedom and they'll write some really bad stuff that does some really bad things. You know, C is one of those languages that, you know, I don't think will ever really go away unless there is an alternative that's better, because it is such a it's a very useful language. in the U.S. there was some kind of memorandum a few years ago from the White House, I believe, that was saying stuff like don't use languages that or you only use languages that automatically manage memory. That's not really possible for a lot for a lot of systems. I get it from a depending upon what you are working on, it makes sense. But the applications that something like C is used in, like, you kind of need to be much more aware of and manually manage your memory. So yeah, it very much felt like someone got told something by, like, someone had someone in the administration's ear about it, and so they put out a certain thing. Most developers, if you talk to them, are like, there's like good times to use it and there's bad times to use it. You know, it's all like specific to what your application is. C as a language isn't bad. Its uses can be bad. Manual memory management isn't bad. Its uses can be bad. It is helpful in a lot of scenarios that we develop code in to not use C and use something that does a better job of managing memory. So you don't have to worry about it. In a lot of our applications, you don't need to, right? So that's why we use C++ for like the vast majority of our stuff. GC, I can just specify ANSI and have it happily compile against the C89 standard. Yep. Yeah, there's all kinds of backwards compatibility, right? Specify your version. For C++, we use typically GCC as our compiler, but or technically G++, but it's GCC. And we use if you've ever heard of CMake before, it's kind of like a build system for a lot of things. So instead of using make files, we use CMake. It's funny because it's a lot of stuff that I learned in college. I was like, wow, college is actually applicable to the real world. This is crazy. But that's pretty much what I learned in college. So if my needs at home, I ought to be using ASM, but ain't nobody got time for that. That's a familiarity aspect. I mean, we've had this debate before at work about, like, because a project I work on, I've been around since like some of the early stages. I mean, we're still in the earlier stages of it. We're developing all new stuff. But I was around for the discussions of like, what language do we use? And one of the things I brought up was like, do we consider using a language like Rust? Rust is kind of like one of the new hot languages. It's supposed to replace C++. It's like, do we consider it? And the objection against it from people I talked to was familiarity, right? Like, you're not really getting any gains with Rust over a language like C++, in large part because it is so new. And it's not that much better, if at all better. But there's a large familiarity with, you know, with things like C and C++. You're much better off using those for what we do. So. I wrote a few games in Z80 ASM for the ZX Spectrum in 2012-2013, but it did keep those projects deliberately small, like targeting the 16 kilobyte amount. Wow. I don't think I'd enjoy doing projects for 512 kilobyte IBM PCs and x86 ASM. The more, you know, memory you have to be able to manage, like, the less people start worrying about what specifically, you know, the further people get away from C, that's why you see a lot of systems, right, like that aren't using it. C is still big in like the embedded environments, but because you kind of have to worry about all this stuff. Don't really have to worry about space or RAM or any of that stuff for a lot of modern systems. At least the stuff that I've historically worked on. We're just like, go at it. Have fun. Do whatever. It's like, okay. I mean, if you really tell me to do whatever, I'll do whatever. I mean, there's still some degree of like, you want to use as little space as possible, but use as little memory as possible for sure. There's a lot less of a focus on that now. Putting up against limits of what you can do on a 4.77 megahertz PC and C, turn-based stuff with little or no animation. When I write an action game, I'd have to learn some x86, then I'd have to leave my comfortable Linux debugging tools behind. Yeah, different architectures are always interesting. Different OSs. Whole bunch of variety of things. We have the debate all the time because we use Linux for a lot of our stuff, so it's just standard. But like, what kind of Linux are you using? It's always the debate. Let's do that. Boop. Let's come along. Might actually finish this wall today. Wasn't really intending on finishing this wall today, but hey, we can do it. I'll do it. You are not gonna make me happy, buddy. I'm not gonna like this. You keep doing that. Go away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ad starting in 2.5 minutes, by the way. Just to be safe. Okay, we're at our limits there. What I should probably do... Yeah, we're safe here. Nope. I saw you. I know what I'm doing. What am I do my game dev in Linux? Hello.
Hey,
What's wrong?
I hate having to order clothes. I need
Why?
to order my dress for the wedding. And if I were to go with this for each of the 3 measurements they say to do. If I were to go get a size based on each of the 3, I would be buying a different dress size for each one. So I'm trying to figure out what size I should actually get. Fun. You know?
That is indeed fun.
Yeah.
Trying not to die. Bye-bye. Yeah, ad breaks are in about 20 seconds, so be a good time to stretch if you need to. It's been about a half an hour. Go get some stuff. Be about a minute and a half. And Bailey wants out. It is in progress. That lava makes me nervous. I think this is a great time for an ad break. Come back to me dead. That would be funny. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. This guy's a no-no from me, thank you. Do that. Jumping any dropping down here. Can I? Nope. Eight deep. Oh my gosh. Beautiful. Love to see it. Do it. We got a little bit of space over there. Okay. Let's actually go, I think, chop the rest of this down. Right here. Get rid of all of this, and we'll go get rid of what is in our inventory. Then we'll start on the next phase. Blocks, thank you, thank you. Keep an eye on the pickaxe as well, just to make sure that we don't lose our durability. We don't lose too much. Okay, we're good here. Yep. Beautiful. All right. Put some of this stuff away. You can put the netherrack and the blackstone away, I think. Always one off the blackstone. I always try to guess which shulker box is in. I always get it wrong. There we go. You're gone, and you are gone. And go straight across to here. Well, we could go the whole way, actually. Oh, I'm thinking about it, though. Let's keep my fire res potion on my hotbar. Just to be safe. Don't think that magma cube could have gotten me, but just to be safe. Not you, thank you. We are under something right here. We'll seal this up. Gives us an opportunity if we want to fill in this side with fill the lava in with sand if we want, pretty easily. Got our nice easy border. The nice thing about building these walls as well is it's very visually appealing. Magma cube right there we need to be careful of. Could try to knock us off. Let's do that. Be a little preemptive. Lava. Back. I'm an hour ahead of myself, which is why I was thinking it was med time. Gotcha. I was telling Emma that we were almost halfway through the year, and she was like, "Oh, it feels like it's, you know, been so long. The days are long and all." I'm like, I feel like everything's like been relatively short, to be honest. I feel like a lot of days are long but also short. Like they're like a combination. It's kind of weird. Obviously the actual like daylight is long because now it's getting sunset is at like 8:40 or something. PM. My bedtime as a kid was 9 o'clock. So. It's weird being like, yeah, you know that time I used to go to bed? Yeah, it's still daylight. So it'll make the days feel weird. I think what, tomorrow should be the summer solstice, which means it should be the longest day of the year, I believe. Which means the days will just get shorter from here. Yeah, I guess I'll wake up at 5 a.m. in the daylight. Yeah. Yeah, the daylight wakes me up at like 5:30, but I'm like, yeah, and I go back to sleep. The biggest thing for me is like I've almost had like the opposite effect where I've stayed up later because the days have been longer. So like since it's not like getting dark until like actually like pitch black until after 9, because sunset's at 8:40 or whatever. What's sunset today? Sunset is 8:37 p.m. for me. It's ridiculous. Then the sun rises at 5:40. It's a bizarre. Alright, we're gonna repair this pickaxe. Wait, is today the 21st? Hold up. Is today the 21st? The 21st is the longest day. It is the 21st today. I thought today was the 20th. People go to Stonehenge for the solstice? That makes sense. I didn't think about that, but that makes sense. Daylight view is 4:30 to 21:35, which would be 9:35 p.m. So you truly only get 7 hours of like nighttime, right? 9:30 to 12:30 to 4:30 is 7 hours, roughly. Actually less than that, 6 hours and 55 minutes of quote unquote nighttime. Normally don't let people that near the stones with summer and winter solstice to make an exception. Yeah, fair. Well, alright then. Two shot, very nice. It's going very quickly. Look at that wall. Look at that wall. Isn't that great? Almost got this whole side pretty much covered except for that little bit because that's where I fly up to my storage, but got half of this wall, got like basically all of that wall. A third or a fourth of this side. Those times are just sunrise and sunset, the actual light lasts longer, right? I remember sitting out after 10 on a summer evening and still having the light. Wow. Okay. Nothing.
What?
I feel like that's really like not expensive at all.
Okay. I don't know, it feels more expensive to me.
Well, it probably feels more expensive because it's a dress you're getting for like a single day.
Yeah.
Right? It feels like a lot for a price for a day.
Yeah.
But when you think about the fact that it's an article of clothing.
Yeah. That's good. And it says it's like made to order.
I mean, think about this. A good suit is probably what? $300, $400? That's pretty expensive to me. But it's more clothing, but I don't know how people manage to sleep in summer in places like Norway and Greenland. Probably blackout curtains. It's
Well,
probably the
other thing
only
is
way.
I'm probably gonna need to get it tapered once I get it, which is gonna be more.
That's fine.
It'll be what it is.
Don't have to be so depressed about it.
It just feels expensive.
Expensive. Expensive.
It's fine.
Everything's fine. Blackout curtains is what I need here. I was thinking of wandering down to the shops today to see what they had, but it's too warm and I'm too lazy. It's been a decent temp here too. Let me see. Highs in the 80s Fahrenheit, which I forget what that is Celsius, but today's high is 84. 89 tomorrow. It's been cooler this past week. It got really warm for a while. And the biggest thing here is it got really warm and it got really humid. So you spend 5 minutes outside and you're already drenched. Like it was like, is it August already? Because that's normal August weather for us. It's pretty humid. It was like highs like in the 90s and humid. I'm like, oh goodness. But this past week was more like 70s and it was drier heat, which is helpful. Did get a bunch of game dev done. It was only 21 Celsius here, 70 Fahrenheit, but it feels warmer. The sun can do that too. If you're out in the sun or if you have the sun shining on you, you can feel warmer obviously, but it could be humidity as well. It's so hot and humid here the other day, the high was 107. Oh man, it's June. It's June. Oh goodness. I do even feel like highs in the 80s here is pretty warm for June. This feels like more like July weather. Oh, South Texas? Okay. That makes more sense. A little more sense. Yeah, I live in Maryland. We rarely get that warm in Maryland. We'll have warm days, but nothing like that. Hey Nick, how's it going? Welcome in. Only about 50 miles from the sea here in East Yorkshire, so the heat is always, yeah, that's fair. Closer to the water, yeah. Trying to think. I'm still a decent ways away from water, but the thing about Maryland is like pretty much no matter where you live, you're some, you know, decent distance, or you're not that far from water, no matter where you are. But compared to other places, the more landlocked areas in the U.S. I'm still further off from the water from where I grew up, but not that far. Meeting Yorktown the 4th. Nice. Let's go. Chilling, playing some PoE2 right now. Stream going. Yeah, I started about an hour ago. Been going though. We worked on some of this wall a little bit. We dug out some area over here. I want to start on, I think, this area. I'm gonna go this side. I don't want to look at any Enderman. I think what we'll need to do want to do this one. Let's get some sand. The border needs to be here. There we go. We'll do that. I think we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. F3B, I think, to get no 3B. That's hitbox. F3G. There we go. So we want to do this chunk by chunk. We should be fine now because we shouldn't actually do this. Shouldn't get any magma cubes dropped down on us. I do one more past the chunk basically, so it's a little more than a chunk. Can't blame the rain. This is the drier side of the country. I'm supposed to learn. I'm surprised to learn that Vancouver is wetter than here. Are the Skelly farms hard to make? I wouldn't say so. Like the hardest part for me, given that that's a Wither Skelly only farm, like the Wither Skeleton farms that also do blazes and zombie pigmen aren't that difficult. I think the hardest part of about that one is just getting the Wither Roses, though the Wither Skeleton only ones. If you got a bunch of Wither Roses, then it's easy, but and it's mostly just the time to get rather than it being an actually difficult thing to do. But it's the Wither Roses that are like the hardest part. It's ideal for Wither Skeleton farm, yeah, to find a fortress surrounded by lava, or if you want, I think the other place is it Soul Sand Valleys, I think it is. That's like the recommended place. I wanted a fortress surrounded by lava because of doing this perimeter. Less space to clear out. I think technically Soul Sand Valleys are like the more optimal place to be because you don't get other kinds of mobs spawning. It doesn't really matter if you're doing a perimeter like I am, but if you're just doing the farm, then it does matter somewhat. Obviously, still slab things up, you know, spawn-proof things, slabs, buttons, whatever. The more you spawn-proof, the better. There are so many Endermen. Oh my gosh. It's a little terrifying how many Endermen are here. It's a little terrifying. Not gonna lie. So I might have to kill some of these guys. Oh, it's probably on the other side. I heard a magma cube. I'm like, no thank you. Aha! Uh-oh. Where'd that guy go? That's not good. There we go. I feel better now. There's still an Enderman somewhere that's hiding out, but we'll be alright. Don't care about you, don't care about you, don't care about you, don't care about you. There we go. But yeah, I mostly chose the one over lava for the perimeter purposes, and it does help us with, you know, spawn proofing just in general, but because I'm digging out an actual perimeter, you know, fewer blocks to have to dig, which is nice. You did. Haha. Let's put these away. Put some of these away. The slabs go in here. Sand goes there. Oh, really? You just have to be the center of attention, don't you? There we go. And gravel. Blackstone. Nope. Give me that back. Thank you. On this wall right here, I think. What we dug up. This is what I've been doing, this constant cycle of dig, build wall, dig, build wall, dig, build wall. Helps kind of kill two birds with one stone. We move a little slower with digging, but it helps us be better protected while we're doing it, so. That's why I'm building this wall to begin with, because ordinarily I wouldn't need it, but we've had too many instances of magma cubes falling or just weird things happening over in this part of the nether that I'd rather feel a little safe, even if it's just a one wide wall, one deep wall, I guess. Whoa. Ad break is gonna start in about 2 minutes, by the way, folks. This is your heads up. Whoa. Goodbye. It'd be interesting if there was a, well, probably helpful if there was a way to have you all see the ad break countdown as well. I think it's just me and like any moderators can see it. There we go. Just make everyone a moderator, there you go. Easy peasy, solves the problem. High quality solutions. do wonder if VIPs could see it or not. That might be the only other role that could. I think moderators can only see it because they can actually like dismiss the ads or snooze the ads as well. Oh, apparently on this one I don't have an ability to snooze the ad. So there's that. Apparently. It's literally like blacked out for me. Or not blacked out. I can't like... It's grayed out, I guess. It's the better term for it. It's like, you want to snooze? Nah. You're not allowed to. Fall into the pit. Yes. Fall into the pit. Fall into the pit. Aw. Go into the pit. Or die, one or the other. Either one works. There we go. Too high makes it easy. How would peek over? Oh, oh my goodness, there's a lot of Endermen down there. Okay. That's scary. Community is back. Welcome back from the ads. Yeah, there's a lot of Endermen down here. That's going to be a problem. Here's the problem, right? They're going to get stuck in those holes. It's going to be a pain in the butt, and they're not going to despawn. And they're not going to despawn because they hold on to blocks. It is the worst. I want them to despawn, but they're probably not going to despawn. I'm hoping that these walls will at least somewhat help with all kinds of mobs, some of those being Endermen. So that we have fewer Endermen taking up space. Because non-spawnable space doesn't really help if there's already a bunch of mobs filling up the mob cap, so... Alright, let's see... That goes there... This one goes here. What I probably should do here. Just do this. You know, a stair here is what we need. But I guess that works. We need slabs for here. Is that right? I think that's right. Okay, little border. Do this so I don't fall in. Cool. Let's grab some slabs. I've got some in here. That should be enough. Make the staircase a little better for getting out of here, so we don't, you know, it's not as fragile. It's not as scary going up and down these stairs. Okay, that works. See, easy peasy. We maybe want to do something about here, though. I feel like that would be a wise idea. Extend the platform a little bit. The same block. This, and then we're gonna do this. So while it is technically possible to jump up onto this, we're not gonna automatically run off, and that gives us a little platform here like that. We do something similar here, I think. Do that. So we don't just automatically run off. And actually, let's expand this. To be here. Like so. Like that. So a little more boxed in. We're not just gonna run off randomly off the side of a cliff. That's good. We like that. That's good stuff. It's good stuff. Actually, we'll do. There we go. I think that works. It's a little better. Let's see. Maybe we extend this up though. Be right here. We just make this the entrance. Make this a wall. There we go. Across the top. Keep us a little better protected, because one of the things that's annoying about being up here is gas. We should put a stair there. But the gas can come through and be a bit of a pain. So it's nice to have some protection. There we go. Pretty obvious where the staircase is now. It's much better protected. So I feel like here we could probably do... something like that. Yeah, that'll work. Let's see. The gold nuggets will go. No, not there. They'll go here. Put you there. Stone slabs. Actually, this I think we want to put. Yeah, that works. Oh, this is supposed to be here. There we go. And we're going to this wall over here. Yeah. Oh, I missed it. There we go. Let's run back here. Place this basalt down. All right. And next part of the wall is right here. Careful above us. Don't want you. We can help it. That guy might come down on us. One, two, three. Whoa. We'll keep going with this wall until we run out of basalt. Old song, oldie but a goodie. Most of this playlist though is an oldie but goodie song. And you know, they're not that old, but in the context of the modern day internet, they're old. Not anything longer than like 10 years is old. With how fast things move now. What's up, Fox Boy? I did see some stuff online about some content creators were getting suspended from playing. Was it playing Minecraft or was it just from online play? I think SB was one of them, and Toy Cat was another one. I saw that right before stream. Like, I don't even know how that's possible, but... kinda weird. we're out. For now. We'll be back. Trying to look at the Enderman, that's why that looks weird. There are so many. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. You've been unintentionally killing some of the small ones. Alright, now we're good. I can jump down. Might as well repair my pickaxe while I'm here, because there's a lot of XP on the ground. Ooh. Need to eat. Go. Good amount of repairing done there. That goes there. There we go. Love that sound of instant mining Blackstone. It's still one of my favorites. I mean, nothing's as good as stone itself, but Blackstone is very nice. Hey, what's up, Speedy? 6 years, 2 months, 1 week, 2 days, 4 hours, 38 minutes, 33 seconds, followays. Let's go. How are you still able to enjoy vanilla Minecraft? Isn't that the age-old question? Well, I don't ever get to a point where I'm completely burnt out with it anymore, which essentially just means I don't play it nonstop. That's part of it for me now. I mean, historically, I think it's been more of a. There are a lot of things that I haven't done, and there's a lot of things that I want to do if I want to, you know, have a complete experience. That could be very, very motivating. So there's that. I mean, the typical, I guess, advice I give is more of a how do you stay in one world kind of advice than a how do you stay interested in vanilla Minecraft kind of thing. But it's just to have multiple projects, right? Like if you get bored of one, you go to the next one. Always have something in the game that you like doing, and if you're not enjoying what you are doing, move on to something else. You know, you don't like this project, start a new project. If you don't like whatever project you started, go back to your old project. You don't have to do any one thing because so-and-so says you have to do it, or because you feel like you have to do it, or whatever. You know, you can do what you want because it's your world. And that's it, really. I lean a lot more into the like I have a grand idea of what I want to do, and then I lean into that one. And then two, I lean more into like the world building side of things. You know, some people are much more adventurers, or some people are much more like tinkerers. I lean more into, and then some people are more like lore based, which is world building in of itself, which is very helpful. I'm not, I'd say, lore based. I'm much more just like, I have a vision of a world that I want to have and I just go build it kind of thing. Just read up on what happened to SB. It's a good time to be taking a break from the game, it seems. Yep. Well, Mojoing's taking a break, it looks like, so. It's always wild to me. I know there are some countries that do this quite a lot, and it might be, you know, where Mojang is based out of, it does this as well. But the whole like month-long summer, I don't even know if it's really month-long, but it was at least several weeks, like summer break as an adult is like hard for me to compute, because like in the US that is like not a thing at all. I don't know actually, Mojang, if it's more than a week or what it is, but I do remember like I have previously worked with like other countries over the summer where they would like just be gone for 3 weeks to a month. And as someone, you know, who's lived my entire life in the US, it's just like I don't think we would ever, I don't even know if it's just if we were allowed to do it, we would do it. I just don't know if a large number of Americans would ever do it. From Denmark? Yeah, Denmark, gotcha. Get about 7 weeks a year. That's wild. I mean, we get like accrued paid time off, but we definitely don't take like, it's not normal to take like a month off in the summer. If you're using your time off, it's like more sporadically, or a week here, maybe 2 weeks there. But the week-long vacations are much more prevalent, I guess. And it's not like a everybody's gone kind of thing. It's like an individual is gone for a week and you hope the project stays on track. And they always have to like do things, you know, make sure people can cover what they're going to be out for that week. It's like, it's kind of a headache to go on a vacation, to be honest. But because I get about 3 weeks of accrued vacation time a year. Accrued just means like I accrue, like over the course of a year I will accrue 15 days worth, or 120 hours. Actually, technically the hours that we accrue, which just equates to about 15 days if you were to do 8-hour days. Places I've worked before, that's all you would get. You would get like general holidays off. I think there's like nine or 10. Well, some gave like 7 or 8 federal holidays off, and you get like 2 or 3 like choose your own kind of thing. Which a lot of times people still use this kind of PTO. But like places I've worked, not where I work currently, but previously, you just get the 15 days accrued over the year. And that was it, plus the holidays. That was it. Where I work now, we also get sick time, so we get about 10 days worth, so 80 hours of accrued sick time over the course of a year. Which is always funny to me, because most people like don't use their sick time, or don't use a lot of it. You know, so you always have like a stockpile of sick time. Which is always interesting. I would get 28 days a year if I were full-time here in the UK. That was one job. There was one job where, because I did out of hours work, I never worked till Wednesday. Wow. So I do what's called, certain places in the US call it 980. Well, I technically do 980, not that I actually follow it. So I do 9 hours a day, Monday through Thursday. And then on Fridays, I alternate. So I'll do 8 hours one Friday, I'll have the next Friday off. Back and forth, back and forth. There's some places that do 410s. So they'll do 10 hours a day, 4 days a week, and then they'll have every Friday off. I've heard of some employers going to 32-hour weeks instead of 40-hour weeks and just working Monday through Thursday, like 8 hours a day, but I have not personally seen that. What I've seen is most people sticking to the, essentially, as long as you stick to 80 hours every 2 weeks, within that 2 week period, then you're fine, kind of thing. But it was kind of bizarre, like where I work now, where I get, what do I get? I think it's 9 mandatory holidays, which includes, it's kind of weird, but I actually kind of like it because it's the time I normally take off. So 9, so we get 4th of July, Memorial Day, and Labor Day off. So I had 3 or 4 Mondays ago I had off for Memorial Day in the US, and then I'll have the Friday before the 4th of July because the 4th of July is on a weekend, so I'll get the Friday before off. And I'll get Labor Day off in September. And then for the other 6 out of the 9 holiday days that I get off, they double them up around at Christmas, Thanksgiving, and New Year's. So I get the Thanksgiving off and the day after Thanksgiving. I get Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, and I get New Year's Eve and New Year's Day. Like mandatory, like you have to take the day off kind of thing. I get 2 what some people call floating holidays. So it's technically supposed to be like any of the other like holidays that, like national holidays or, you know, whatever. You're allowed to like use on those. Most people actually just use them as PTO, as regular PTO, because they don't restrict what day of the year. They don't restrict to like, oh, you have to take like President's Day. Like it has to be like a national holiday. They don't restrict it to that, so you can technically just use it as PTO. So I get that. I then get the 15 days of PTO, and then I get 10 days of sick time. So that's 25 plus 11. That's technically 34 if you include all holidays plus PTO, or I guess vacation time. That's what we call it, plus sick time. But most places would only give you like 24. They'd give you the 10 or 11 holidays, and they'll give you the 15 days of PTO. So it was a bit of a culture shock to be like, oh, I actually get this time off? That's crazy. But you have to use it for, like, the difference between vacation time and sick time, in terms of how we actually enter it, is that vacation time you can put in for in advance. Sick time you can't put in for it in advance, which is kind of wild. But ta-da! What'd you get? Oh, it does have an extra one. Neat. These are like new. Are they a different material than what we have?
I don't know.
They feel shinier. But maybe it's just we've had ours, or you've had yours for so long. Emma's showing me she got a new water bottle thingy, thermos. And she got it because one of the caps of, yeah, Travel Mug, whatever. It's the same size and the same brand as 2 that we currently have, of which one of them the top broke. And so she ordered this one because she got a
Extra lid.
Yeah, she got an extra lid with it, so we can replace our previous lid. And she gets an extra, you know, extra travel mug, which is nice.
And these are good ones. They do a good job.
Yes, they do. Ad break in about a minute, by the way, folks. I can't snooze this one either. It's not letting me snooze. Why? That I don't know. Yeah, I still have plenty of project ideas for if and when I go back to the game. Yeah, if you keep like a list of it. It could be a mental list, it could be an in-game list, it can be an out-of-game list. Keep a list of project ideas. That also helps a lot with staying. Not necessarily help with staying interested, but it does help you have like ideas of things to do if you are interested but don't know what to do. Good there. Come here. Yeah. Go. You gone. That's all it took to fill it up. We finished all this? Went all the way to the ceiling? I feel like I'm missing a section. Guess not. Gonna film this section over here, I think. We might go run around and kill some Endermen. Honestly. Because they're a bit annoying. Be gone. Get out. Nothing up here, okay. Whoa! Rather have the slabs and the mushrooms, I'll tell you that. Go. You know, I don't know if it's the level of this desk now, or if it's how I'm placing my hands, or if it's the depth of it, or what it is, but I haven't had my hands really falling asleep as much anymore. Actually, I don't remember the last time that they fell asleep. I think it might be the depth of this desk, if I had to guess. Put more of my arm onto the desk, which helps. But it's been nice not having to pause midway through and be like, oh, my arm's falling asleep. Let me shake it back awake. Like, that was never fun. That is filled in, so I think this wall is now complete. Isn't that awesome? You know, I wonder if we kill these Endermen, if more Endermen will come back. Because we have now sealed up this side, I think. We should have pretty much sealed up the whole side now. So we shouldn't be getting any more Endermen on this side. So in theory, if I just go through and kill all these Endermen, like we shouldn't get any more. Thank you. I think I'll do that. Try to clear up some of this mess. Don't want to hit more than one at a time. Okay. Uh-oh. I think I looked at multiple. They do still hit kind of hard. Not gonna lie. I see you two. I'm gonna fly this way. I don't think there's any Endermen really over here. Well, there are some over here. Heal up. There we go. I think they're picking up these blocks in the other area over there. Does this stop? There we go. I thought the music stopped, I guess it didn't. Bit of lag there. Some pigment that spawned on there. I'm gonna guess I need to spawn proof that, huh? I should get some slabs for that. Grab some slabs. Put these in here. There we go. No more enderman over here. I feel much better. May not have grabbed enough slabs. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't grab enough. Whoop. Let's grab some more. Grab you. We'll do the other beacon over here as well. Go. There's multiple beacons over here. I want to get more slabs. Go. Let's grab one more stack. Oh, I missed it. Ow. Hey, Jedi Strike, good to see you. Been a while. Hope you've been doing well. Nashville, Tennessee. I'm doing well here, though. Like I said, hopefully you're doing well. Land on top. So many mushrooms here, and oh my goodness. Pew, 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 pew. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for that Prime sub as well. Appreciate that. Give you some love, some hearts, some hypes down in the chat. Thank you for using your Prime on me this month. I appreciate that. Like I said, hopefully you've been well. We are slabbing the beacons in my nether perimeter here so that I don't have stuff spawning on here, hopefully. Fingers crossed. That'd be ideal. There we go. Where did that magma cube come from? Did it like spawn here? I mean, there's some down there, but they can't get up here. Did it drop down from somewhere? Maybe drop down from up there? Only thing I can think of. It's been a bit chaotic, but not catastrophic, so I'm staying positive and grateful. Fair enough. I'm glad it hasn't been catastrophic. Sorry, it's been a little chaotic, though. Hopefully it's just a period. Just a time period. night shall pass. Alright, come here, Enderman. We're working on killing some Endermen right now because there's just too many and they stress me out a little bit, so. Especially in hardcore. Where you at? There you are. There's one Enderman over there. Looks like. There's a magma cube, I believe, on the other side. Come here. Come here. There we go. Don't need to worry about dying though. Got all of our gear on. I wonder if that Enderman teleported from the other side of the wall. That would be kind of weird, but it is probably possible. Maybe it's possible. Potentially it's possible. These Endermen like to hold things. Where'd it go? It vanished. Uh-oh. It's over there. Getting ready to run a D&D session? Nice. Getting ready to end a years-long campaign? Nice. How many years? Or are you saying like a single year long campaign? There we go. Where you at? There we go. Easy peasy. Why are they all running? There we go. There we go. 4.5 years, jeez. That's a long campaign. A lot of good lore in that, I imagine, though. My wife right now is doing a like a beginner's D&D campaign. Someone else is DMing. It was like essentially like kind of like a class specifically for beginners, people who'd never played before. So we've been talking a little bit about D&D, and then she watches a little more of Critical Role. I've been watching their campaigns turned into shows on Prime Video. This has been fun. I don't want to spam click, but at the same time, I can't hit the guy. This area is much more clear now. This is very nice now that we've gotten rid of a lot of the Endermen. We need to work on this wall. What measures number of sessions? We play about every 3 or 4 weeks, so there have been 60 total sessions. So about once a month, yeah, or a little more frequently than once a month. They give you a lot of time probably between sessions to get excited for it, but two, think about what you want out of it, or the direction you know could take it. That's pretty cool. Need to build this wall. Otherwise, this is gonna be a pain. Go down here. Her beginner sessions are kind of varied, but they are usually once every 2 weeks, which is fine for them because it's, you know, they don't know as much about it, so get to learn a little more frequently. This group's made of some of my kids and their friends, age range 18 to 26. Ooh, it's gotten really popular. Yeah, that's basically my age range. So I'm at the older end of that. It's gotten really popular in my generation. I think shows like Stranger Things help. It's not, I mean, it's still a nerdy thing, right? But it's not, I feel like, as like just strictly nerdy as maybe it once was. Either that or we've all just gotten nerdy. We've all probably, part of it's probably, you know, we've all just gotten a little bit nerdier. Just as a population. Stranger Things and Critical Role definitely factors in the D&D recent growth. Two different kinds of media too, right? One's a Netflix show and one's I can't remember if it's strictly Twitch anymore or not, but basically a live streamed show. Just kind of, you know, taking both kinds of media by storm. Which is pretty cool. Been playing since 1982. Nice. Long before kids were in the picture. That's awesome. She's been surprised as well as how many people at her work are, well, our work, because we work at the same company, but are also interested in it. I mean, we do engineering type stuff, so, you know, engineers are, I think, more into this stuff anyways. Nerdier type people, but I've been kind of surprised at how many people have been more open to it. Just cool.
Will we ever get off this island?
No one ever get off this island.
I don't know.
Yes, you do. I just got knocked off. That was not fun. But I had to say the words that were in the song. Well, not in the song, but my responses to the words in the song. This wall, much better. I feel much better now. We're not gonna have magma cubes derailing our Enderman expedition. That's awesome though. It's cool that you say you were you're getting ready to run a D&D session, so I assume you are the DM for it. It's pretty cool that you would do that. I bet they've loved it too. I bet you all have loved it. Players are arriving. Please have a great stream, a great day. Hopefully I'll catch you more often in the future. Sounds good. Enjoy. Hopefully you have a great session. And I certainly will enjoy the rest of the stream. You enjoy your session, the rest of your day. Thank you for the Prime sub once again. Oh, this is gonna get put away up here. And I do also think here, folks, that's going to be a good place for us to wrap up for today. Right around at the 2-hour mark this time. Let me grab these ender pearls to put away, but then I think we're going to wrap it up there. So instead of y'all sitting through another ad break, we can just wrap it up. So thanks for hanging out today, y'all. I appreciate it. Sorry I missed last Wednesday stream. I should be back to Wednesday streams this week. And then, of course, if you're not here for the Wednesday stream, I'll see you all on Sunday. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I will see you all in the next stream. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Standing Sand. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Appreciate y'all being here. Have a great rest of your day. And I will see you when I see you. So. Oh, as always, don't forget the live stream VODs go over on YouTube as well, on the archive channel. If you ever missed anything and want to come back to it, months in the future, or just want to watch the full VOD, I always put them on the archive channel. So feel free to check those out there, or as a Twitch VOD. Either one works. But yep, thanks for being here. Appreciate y'all. See you later.